I would
What's
say.
the issue with goth music today?
So people might beat me with sticks and rocks for this,
Uh-oh.
but I think people have long forgotten that goth was an inherently experimental subgenre, or not subgenre, but its own genre and an umbrella term.
Well, it came from punk, really. Like,
And I feel as though people forget, or maybe there isn't enough, like, what's the word? Proper research or backing in the right direction. People are so focused on, like, this is what this band sounded like, this is what this band sounded like, trad goth. And it's like, what does that even mean? If you said trad goth to people, they would laugh in your face and be like, I'm not a goth, like back in the day. So I think the issue with goth music is a lot of people want this traditionalism. That's not a bad thing, but then they start to enforce that too hard. And this goes into elitism, where there's no room for experimentation, or there's we're denying experimentation. Goth music, like, there's some Bauhaus tracks that sound like absolute garbage.
mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. I have controversial opinions about them.
And I think that it's rightfully so that a band should sound like garbage while you're getting into this genre, though.
Yeah, sure.
And I have this opinion of punk too, because I started off kind of there, and like you have bands like the Germs where they didn't even know how to play.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do we get off on sound quality or like performance quality when, we need to just let this new generation breathe and do what they want to do. And my computer made a funny noise, but
it's not going to shut off or anything, right?
No, it's good. It was giving me like a notification. I got scared it was a virus. But I say all this, but I do also think that there's too many synth solo projects. And
I see every single one of them as they tour through New York for all the parties that I work for.
And they're not, like, there are some that do, in my opinion, sound like hot garbage, TikTok-y goth sounds. But trends come and go, and experimentation is part of the genre. And if you don't like it, then you need to introduce people to the music that you would like to see more, and then you need to start pushing people in that direction.
Yeah.
And not just that, there needs to be a refusal of trend hopping. You need to just hope that people get into it out of self-interest and out of like a genuine care for something, instead of like trying to replicate another person or doing something for clout, or all of these things that plague social media today.
Well, I think we could apply that to any subcultural scene as well.
Yeah, for sure. But I think especially goth.
Is goth cool enough where people want to be trendy in it?
Yeah.
Is it really cool?
So.
We're having a moment.
We are definitely having a moment.
And what's fueling that? Like social media and TikTok and stuff, or?
Yeah, social media. There's like this whole wave of goth influencers, which isn't inherently bad. People need to make their money, right? But it's the way that people respond to it, which you can't really control. People will see goth influencers living their authentic day-to-day lives, and then they want to be exactly like that. And then it's all about brands and like selling content, whether that's like other sponsorships or like just things that seem antithetical to goth. And I could go into this whole thing of like Instagram goths that are promoting like Killstar and like Hot Topic and like name brands as opposed to the DIY ethos that comes with goth. Yeah. Is there anything wrong with having those brands? No. But I think that it has become a small issue where people are like, I'm not goth unless I have these brands. I'm not goth unless I look like Graveyard Chick 169 on Instagram.